Dave is an advocate for people with disabilities. He's an athlete, he's a colleague, he's a friend, and he's an all-around good guy. And he's a highly sought-after motivational speaker. And I don't think you guys really need too much in the way of motivation, but you're gonna get it. It's my pleasure to introduce my friend, Dave Stevens.
So they say all the world is the stage, and if you're wondering why this table is here, well, that's because that's where I like to perform. And I know you guys all just stood up, but if I could get you guys to stand up one more time, everybody, it's not a standing ovation. I just want you guys to, everybody in the room stand up. Now sit down. Everybody can sit down. One more time, everybody stand up. And everybody sit down. All right, what you just did is something I'll never be able to do. It's something that you take for granted, being able to get up and down, and I guess we're playing my video already. All right, so I grew up in a small town. That house is where I was raised. It was a one-room house. My sons went with me to Arizona a couple years back, and my son said, "Dad, why did you choose to live here?" And I said, "Brady, I didn't choose to live here, but I could choose where I wanted to end up." And that's why, with the help of coaches, I started playing 3 sports in high school in Wickenburg, Arizona, first becoming the only legless athlete in the history of high school sports playing football, right? You need legs for football. Well, I proved that you didn't. And that success led me to try other sports like wrestling, you know, where I had that advantage over you leggies because I knew what to do against people that had legs and you didn't know what to do against me. And right as you thought you might have had me stuck, I would do a WWE move where I would flip over my opponent, flip over backwards, turn down his legs, and I would end up sticking him. Again, I had that advantage because I knew what to do. But the best sport and the thing that took me to the highest level was baseball. Again, I had a coach that believed in me, that stuck me in right field as a starting right fielder in Wickenburg, Arizona, running on my arms, stealing bases, and of course, the hardest part, playing in the outfield. They're gonna hit balls to me. What am I supposed to do? You figure out a way to be like everybody else. And so that's what I did. And my dreams were to be in front of a camera and to play college football. And guess what? I got to become the only player in the history of NCAA sports to play football without legs. And it was an incredible experience for me to be at Augsburg University, but it wasn't enough. And in fact, I got that call from the Dallas Cowboys to go and try out for the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones in 1990. Obviously, I didn't make the team. That's why I still hate the Cowboys to this day. But it was an opportunity to go out and do something that nobody has ever done. But my biggest dream was, of course, to play professional baseball. And in 1996, I had the opportunity to sign with the St. Paul Saints in Minnesota and play professional baseball. I started games at second base. I led off hitting. I was also teammates with a guy named Darryl Strawberry who was working his way back to the major leagues. If you watch a Netflix show called The Saint of Second Chances, it documents our time together when I played minor league baseball. But reality set in and I had to start my career in television, which amazing, 20 years at ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, running the assignment desk, getting everybody to see the things that come on ESPN. And now, after I got let go, I continue to do things for the Disability Channel. I also work at Quinnipiac University where I set up a program for those with disabilities, and now I get to represent Eastersealls in a really ugly suit that would have fit in well in Las Vegas. But I'm still living my dream. I was just here a couple of weeks ago covering the Super Bowl here in Las Vegas, and again, becoming a spokesperson for clothing lines like Fresh Clean Threads, where I get to show off how well I look and continue to meet guys like Mike Trout and become friends with Rob Gronkowski. Again, meeting people that you don't think you're going to cross paths with. I've lived a Forrest Gump life. I'm so blessed that I have done so many amazing things, but what I'm doing now is putting on sports camps around the country for people with disabilities. If you can imagine a child who has crippled hands, teaching him for the first time to hit a baseball. Or my friend Lily, a child without sight. Imagine a little girl who can't see, and she has a guy without legs leading her around the bases. That's one of the most amazing things you'll ever see, just because she wanted to be a normal little girl. Or imagine teaching a little child how to catch a ball for the very first time in his life. the exuberance of a child just wanting to fit into society and feel normal, and also me teaching them sled hockey. Getting on the ice with this little girl from our national champion, Quinnipiac University Bobcats, and again, working with a little child who'd never skated before. I didn't even skate until 8 years ago. But giving these kids opportunities that I never had to be in the real world. You guys take it for granted as real estate agents. If you think about it, I'm the biggest minority in this room because there aren't people in wheelchairs, there aren't people in disabilities that are real estate agents. So think about the time that you guys have had in your life, and you've taken those things for granted, and now I get to be a part of it with the Eastersealss, putting on baseball camps, thanks to Kendra working with me to teach empathy instead of sympathy. You know, giving these kids an opportunity to just fit in and feel normal and play baseball for a day. That's all we want. People judge us on the outside by how we look or what our race or our politics are. But now I get to make a difference through Eastersealss, working with our veterans at Rally Point in Connecticut. I now teach television and media for people with disabilities, and I've got a podcast that I've got veterans filling and learning how to do TV and camera work and production and graphics and all those things that will give them a chance to fit in if they've got PTSD or family problems or not any kind of opportunities that they think. And that's what Eastersealss is providing. It's not just for little kids anymore. You know, we help veterans, we help people with job placement, we help people all over the United States thanks to the efforts of Eastersealss and my award-winning program. We were recognized by the state of Connecticut as one of the most impactful organizations out there. And now my biggest challenges in life are trying to get from place to place in a wheelchair when you don't have people that help you with your luggage, or you don't have accommodations to get you to your rental car every day. You know, all the things that we take for granted in life, I have to live because I live in your world, you don't live in mine. So when I think about me and your daily tasks, about those things that you have to overcome, I feel blessed and I'm so lucky, but I have to go through security at the airport. My wheelchairs have been damaged 8 or 9 times just by Delta alone. And again, the things that I have to go through, the security purposes and the places that they probe you and things like that, you don't want to be touched. But I am so lucky that I have become a dad to 3 wonderful sons, which is the biggest part of my entire life. My greatest accomplishment are my 3 sons. So when you guys walk away from this week and this weekend and all these amazing people that you're meeting here from Century 21, you know, when I got asked to do this, Mike said he was going to give me a free house, so I don't know who's supposed to give me that free house, but I want you guys to take away when you see a guy like Dave Stevens, when you see people out there that have it way worse off than you know, what would be your future? What would you do if you had all the odds against you to try to overcome that? You know, I tell people I want to leave my legacy. What is your legacy? How are you going to be remembered? And I want people to realize that people with disabilities can make a difference in life. They can make an impact. And if I can change the mindset of one person, if I can show people that I can do the things that I can do in my life, what is your excuse? Why aren't you going out there and achieving the best things you can in life? Making sure that your customers are taken care of. Making sure you're treating people with respect. And again, teaching empathy instead of sympathy. And as we heard earlier today, you should just dive off head first, you know, just like this. Just like that. Thank you, everybody.
Dave, you're amazing.
Oh, can I add one more thing?
Oh, please.
Please follow Dave Stevens Speaks on all social media platforms. I've got a podcast, and again, we're trying to showcase that anybody can do anything. So please follow me and help us to help Eastersealss, because that's what it's all about.
Well said, my friend. Well said.